Greetings, good afternoon. This is a review of the Katchy replacement filters for, this is a Katchy bug catcher. I happen to have two of those here for purposes of this video, and this is the replacement. There's been questions asking me about does that replacement fit and does it work? Well, let's start with the first question, whether it fits. This is two of the original filters that came with the unit, which obviously fit, and I'll show you, you'll see that in a minute, because this would be the first time I've used the replacement, and we'll both find out the answer together. Alright, this is the Katchy filter, and they're both the same size except for this little tab on the replacement. This gives you something to grab a hold of it with, which I think is an improvement. But they're the same size, and I think we're going to find that it fits. Tells you which direction to insert it, but the replacements doesn't come with any name or arrows or anything. So I'm going to open this for the first time. I think there's 30 replacements in here, and it was very inexpensive. So now, Katchy unit does catch gnats, and this one is for gnats. I don't like gnats flying around the room, and I don't have many, very few, but just enough to be a pain in you know what, especially if you're having a beer while you're working on your computer, because I don't like those little bugs land in here, and then I go have it. It's one sure way to ruin a perfectly good beer. Excuse me. But in the meantime, I found something that works, I guess, as well or better. And that's this thing, also available on Amazon. But this is not a review of this little thing, which has a vacuum seal. When you push it, if you fit it on here correctly, and you push it down there, and you can see it's curved. That means the vacuum is pushed air out, so the lack of air in here sucks down on this little thing, which keeps any bugs, and it also helps keep it cold. And this is one of those frozen type mugs that I also got on Amazon. And this, I should explain where this thing came from. These, and you don't pull it up very easily. In order to get it off, you have to slide it off. My wife brought these back for me from Japan, and let me correct that. She was recently in Japan, but before that she went to Vancouver, and she bought these in Vancouver actually, and because a good friend of hers had these, and she said, "Oh, where'd you get that?" Because I've been using coasters to put on top of my beer, because when I sit outside, then you might get a fly or one of these gnats flying around. Anyway, let's see if this works. Oh, I should explain this too. These Katchy things, one thing you gotta be careful of, this is not a handle. Don't pick it up by this thing. As you can see, it comes off. I mean, it don't come off. It will snap out of there. It's not supposed to do this. So I guess I'm going to have to glue that back together. But it has automatic and manual setting. The automatic and manual means the fan and the light will come on when it gets dark. You want on manual, it's on whether it's dark or not. So let's open this thing up. Now this has been running for a few months, I would say. And you see those gnats in there? That's quite a load full. That's quite a bit. Okay. And that again is this one, which came with the unit. Alright, so I will take that out and immediately dispose of it. It's easy to pick up because it's still sticky and I don't want to drop that thing, but the gnats aren't going to fall off. They're stuck on there for good. And I take this, and you gotta peel off that layer, but let's see how it fits. Whoops. Alright, it fits in there quite well actually, so it's not a problem. You gotta peel this top little layer off so the sticking sticks up. Alright, so we'll do that. Close this knot handle down there and see if I can. There we go. See, comes off good. And I can just snap this one in there and replace that old dirty one. All those dead bugs on it. And it does catch them, as you can see. I haven't seen any bugs flying around basically since I put this thing in here. I have one here and I put the other one in another room. The only thing I don't like is you gotta pull down, push the button and pull down on that thing. And then make sure you got the sticky part sticking up. You don't want to stick this to the bottom, then there won't be no glue there to nab or catch the bug, the little flying bug. Now this one is not the size for flies. This flies won't work on this thing. You can't catch flies with this. Okay, put it in there like that. Stick on it. And this is only good for real small flying insects like gnats. Now I haven't tried this new thing yet. We'll see how it catches them, but it should be no problem. It snaps in place. Now we check the other one. This other one I had in a different room, closer to the back door, where you open the door often, and sometimes the gnats will fly in. So that's why I put it there. But and I put them there at the same time. So surprisingly, this doesn't have near as much. So perhaps my beer causes these gnats to come here. I don't know. But this one, you can see, does have the bugs. And I'll get rid of that one too, dispose of that quickly. Get a replacement, one of these, and we'll do the same thing. Peel off the top. And the tab is not sticky, so it gives you a place to hold on to this thing while you're putting it inside. And I'm going to push that button again. And it takes two hands to do this. Push the button and then lift the bottom part off. Slide this in there. I guess you could fold that over, but I don't really see a need to. Yeah. Close it down. And you can see that little tab does kind of stick through there. So I guess it's probably better without the tab, to be honest. But it fits. I bought a different package and it was the wrong size. So you gotta be careful. You gotta make sure you pick the one for this particular one. It's 4-inch diameter, and let me make sure. Yeah, it's 4-inch diameter, and you gotta get the right one because they come all different sizes. So, all right, that's in there, and let it go do its work. I like this one on the desk here because close to where my beer is. Whoop, there we go, back to beer. Yep. But with this thing on it, which I really use mostly outdoors, but works either way, inside out. So yeah, I give it. I guess I'd give it like a 4.5 star because it does catch the bugs, and the replacement is cheap. And I got 30 of these things for what, about 18 bucks. I don't want to put a price in here because I don't remember what it was. But look at the. I guess you're probably looking at the Amazon ad there, and it would have the price. But it was worth the price. That's all I'm saying. It's worth the price. So I'd get one, and which I did, and I'm happy for it. So yeah, I give it, since there's no 4.5, and the only difference in 4.5 is this thing. I don't know. I'm not crazy about that. Even though there's no stickum on it, and you can handle this thing easier. If you don't want to get your finger, and if you got a big load of these bugs on here, I would prefer this because I don't want to pick up the things. But when you got one only has this many bugs on it, it's easy to handle that thing, right? And I didn't put my finger on no bug here. But I mean, there's plenty of space to do that unless you leave it here a lot longer. And even the other one that where my beer is, it got a lot more bugs. They got a lot more bugs. You can always find a place to pick it out of there with, and the new one, of course, there's no bugs on it, so you can just put it in there and you can get your finger off it. And it don't stick to your fingers. My fingers are not gooey or anything like that. I mean, yeah, nothing gooey. Yep. Okay, so I say, yeah, it's a good deal. I'd buy it. I'm thinking about buying a bigger one of these things. They sell another one. I think it's $40 or $49. Yeah, $49. That's big enough to catch flies. But I don't have any flies in my hands. I see a fly, I'll get my shotgun. I mean, I ain't wanting no flies in here, so I don't see any flies. Too many guns around. They don't come in here. They don't know. They know I don't like them, so they ain't coming. But this thing, I guess it'll catch little moths. You know, those little small things that fly around. But it won't catch a fly. Fly too strong. It'll get off of this sticky thing. And but yeah, I might get a bigger one, and they call it utility moth, or utility, for the utility room. They sell this thing $40, and it's a little bigger, and I guess the light is brighter. I thought about getting one of those, but I don't need it for what I have. I only have gnats, and they're only a certain time of the year that they come, so I leave this thing on all the time. Since I bought it, I don't turn it off. No problem with the light burning out. I don't think it takes much energy. So to me, yeah, I got 2 of them. That's how much I hate gnats, and I get more if I need. But these work fine. I haven't had any gnat problems, but I will see some little moths. I mean, you're sitting on the couch watching TV sometime, and the light of the TV, I guess, attracts them. I see a moth fly by once in a while. And I got one of those electric, I should probably bring that in and show it to you. One of those little, looks like a tennis racket, and you can just press and hold it, and it'll zap that sucker. And if you can get it, if you can catch it. But I don't get up and run around after those things. That's why I like these lights. I'm too old to be chasing little gnats around or flies or anything like that. That's why I need a shotgun and these things. And these are a lot easier than loading your shotgun and replacing a hole in the wall, because I ain't doing that. Well, okay, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for asking the question. Yeah, I'm happy with it, happy with the price. And the fan works fine. It sucks them in, and it don't get dusty. Well, we do have a pretty good filtration system in the house, and I don't know, maybe some of those bugs get sucked into the filter of the air conditioning. I guess 'cause we change that air conditioning filter every few months. So I guess if we didn't do that, I'd have a lot more bugs in here, but I ain't standing for that. So, okay. Till my next review, I'll try to do more videos. Usually I just take a picture. So, have a good day. See ya. And this is Fred. Uncle Fred. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.